European import building Ireland is a very good reason for having the professional SDHS, so they can produce women.
Right, everybody look at this one here then. What do you think about that? Who do you think's driving the chariot? Mrs. King.
So I can meet them, you know, I've always wanted to.
What do you think the people at the back are? What do you think this is? What part of this is this? That might be. Yes. The end of the chariot. There's the wheels at the side. I wonder what kind of sound it would make if it was going along. What do you think? If it was going really fast. What do you think? Try and make the sound of it going really fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And faster. I've just seen somebody. And freeze. Thank you, that was great. Thanks very much. And we'll have a look at this group over here now. Celtic chariot number 2. It's not unusual, it's quite different from the other one, isn't it? So who do you think's driving the chariot this time? Who do you think it might be? Yes. Right, so it's Catherine driving the chariot this time. What about the people on the sides making that unusual shape? What do you think that's meant to be? The wheels. Wonder what will happen if we could bring this to life. Wonder what will happen. Ready? Can you try and bring that chariot to life, just ever so gently? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Can we all help with the sounds again, like we did last time? It's slow, isn't it? Slow. Slow. Freeze! Lovely. Right, okay, so chariot number 3. It's different again, isn't it? Who do you think might be driving the chariot this time? It's not so easy to see. Who do you think it might be? Sam might be driving the chariot. What do you think the people are in the back? Do you see all those people just down at the side there? What do you think they're doing?
Being the wheels.
Pardon?
Being the wheels.
Being the wheels, I wonder.
The wall.
The wall at the back. Right. Can we try and bring this chariot to life as well now? After 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Going along this one. Oh dear. They're going to have to go and see the blacksmith about that. Right. And the last group now, please. Completely different. Yeah, it's very dramatic. Goodness. So, who do you think the driver is this time? Stuart, yes. Obvious, isn't it? Right. Can you bring this to life after 3? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. That's good, though. In that resort, we have all that. And freeze! Right. Thank you very much. Those were really good. Right, if you just get back into your groups now. That was really good how quickly you got those together. That was really very exciting to look at now. Let's see. Now you've got the idea completely. Let's see if we can make an Iron Age house.
I think they're coasters. I can't.
2, 1, and freeze. Before we have a look at them this time, just check yourself and see if there's not anything else you can do to improve your statue. If there's nothing that you've left out, is the furniture just right? Have you got the straw and the sides of the wall right? And this group, very quickly. Listen ever so carefully. And you can open the door. How do I open it? Shall I just open it? Oh, right. This one. And is that a little table? All right. And inside there's a little bench, and you can go through the door. That's beautiful. Thank you. Right, thank you very much. And this group. And inside, what's inside?
It's a man making a sword.
And inside is a man making a sword. It is. I love the size of that. It's just like those little huts at the settlement. Right, thank you, and relax. And the last one over here. This is the door here. And inside there's something interesting happening as well. What's happening in here? Two people sitting on 2 chairs inside there. Lovely. Those are really... And straw on top as well. Sorry.
Right, would you like to sit down, please? Now, that group who had the straw on the top were cheating a little bit because they used that lovely shawl that someone had. But in a way, it's actually quite useful that they've done that, because that's going to sort of take us on to the next stage. We've made a house using ourselves, and in some ways that's almost as good as you can get, because you've got the right height and everything. We could really imagine it, couldn't we, as a three-dimensional model. But let's try doing the same task again, making a house, but this time, instead of using ourselves, like we've been doing the last few games, I wonder if we can try it using some of the things we've got here. Now, Mrs. Miller's going to get some ropes in a minute, some skipping ropes, so we've got skipping ropes to use. Hang on a minute, let me say what we've got, and then you can... Just a minute, you can plan in a minute what you're going to use. Now, we've got lots of chairs, and they shouldn't be used as real chairs, I wouldn't have thought, but maybe if we turn them like that, and then go around like that, we could make quite a nice back for them, and we could get quite a nice shaped house like that, which would be big enough to get everyone in. That's important that everyone can get inside. We've also got these blankets, and blankets can be lots of things when you use them for drama. They could be a blanket, they could be a shawl, they could be whatever you like, but they can also be quite good for, if you put them, say, it could be a roof at the end, or we could just use them to make the chairs look a bit less like chairs. Do you remember at the Iron Age house, the sort of white wall bit at the bottom? So maybe it would have that sort of effect, look like sort of chalky look. Obviously that would go around. We've got these mats. Now I don't know, these mats would be good for a floor base if we need them, but I wonder if they could, you could experiment. I don't think they'd stand up very easily, but you can experiment with that. But I suppose we could use these blocks that are around there as well, couldn't we? So, would you like to just don't do anything, you've just got to get into your group and spend about 2 minutes just planning how you're going to do it. Perhaps if the students from Queen Elizabeth will help you to talk about it.
And if we put somebody standing up in the middle with a blanket over their head and drape it over the edge of the chairs, that'll make
We could attach two bits of the 2 chairs put together so it's on the floor.
we could use the mats as the floor, couldn't we? We've got green mats
And we
to
could
use.
use the stage blocks as well.
Yeah, and we could use the stage blocks. What else is there?
The wall and stage blocks is the door with a blanket over the top.
Yes, right, and then we use...
Perhaps we could have a table for the door, we could have chairs for the wall.
Yeah, we thought maybe the stage block for the wall, for the door, and the chairs for the walls.
Yeah, they're the same sort of thing, aren't they?
Quite big.
Yes, it will.
Let's have the table for the door and the stage box for a table inside.
Okay. Fire. We'll need somebody crouching down with a blanket over. That'll be
Hang on, boys.
There we are. Right, we're going to use the chairs and you can sit on them in our house. The table.
Let's match up this way. Leave a little bit of space for us to get in, but try and keep them nice big gaps between them if possible. Okay.
Good idea!
Absolutely still. Let's have a still picture from all four groups. You could be just sitting around the fire, could be eating something, telling stories, it doesn't matter. But just hold it as a still picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, freeze. Don't move. Don't move. Just going to have a look at each one of these. Very effective. I wonder if we brought these to life, what would be happening? What would be talking about? I wonder if you'd be able to do that. You would. Shall we see what might happen if we brought these to life for a minute? You don't have to say anything. Just be doing something. Let's just try. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Do you think the door is secure for when they come?
Yes.
Behind their enemies? Do you? Because we need to shut it, won't we? If we find that they're not friends when they arrive.
The fire's going down. The fire's going down. We need some more.
Oh, I should get some more wood for the fire.
Yeah. I'll get some chairs too for the door.
Oh, I think that's all.
Get that feeling of everyone together, huddled in their house on a cold, windy day. How do you think about that? Sharon's just going to give you a piece of paper and some pens, and I'm going to have a look at the weather and see whether the bus that's supposed to be coming to take us to Kids and Lacey is here. And then I'll come back in a minute.
Because there's one thing that we haven't got, and that's a fire. So very gently, I'm going to give you out a piece of paper and some pens, And if we can just do this gently, we're going to make a fire for each of the houses, all right? So if I just give that to you. It's okay.
Cone shape? Like that?
Yeah, that's stand it up. Like, you can do it in a cone shape and you can stand up. Then you could stand it up. How would you keep it like that?
We haven't got anything to keep it like that, have we?
We got some rope. I know.
Do all the edges as well. That's it. That looks just like a fire now, doesn't it? Good boy, Christopher.
We need a crown for the wood.
Everybody scribble.
We need a crown for the wood. We want that.
I don't think we've got a crown, have we?
Wrap for the pole. I'll go and get some crowns. Oh, no, red. No, wait, Lucy, no, it's not on a jet side. I can't help it.
Don't worry, it's just what we can do.
Quick, get some red on this. We haven't got any red.
Right, I know what. Right, okay, everybody sit back now. You lot of all, you want to sit down. Right, do you want a pen and do some drawing now? You haven't done any drawing yet. Have you done any drawing?
Red. What are we doing? We're going everywhere.
On you go then. Send them in, all right?
Yes, my socks are.
So you're not allowed to go, but just saying you just need your lunch.
That's who's good.
She's going to be.
And Finn.
We are the Duratrix.
And again.
We are the Duratrix.
And now we're just going to catch it.
We are the Duratrix. We are the Duratrix.
Right, so that line's twice, so just do it twice then. Nice.
We are the Duratrix. We are the Duratrix.
Great. And then the next line is, we are the Celts. Ready?
We are the Celts.
Right, so we do all three lines now. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We are the Duratrix. We are the Duratrix. We are the Celts.
Strong and tough.
Strong and tough.
Right. Do that line just once more. Ready?
Strong and tough.
Right, so we'll start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3.
We are the Duratrix. We are the Duratrix. We are the Celts. Strong and tough.
Now, what I'd like you to do now is just stand up, and we're just going to try just walking on the spot and just say it.
Should we get into twos?
Okay, so if you
Let's try the line outside here then, shall we?
Just keep together the whole time.
Ready to march up the hills to meet the Veneti. Friends, here I am with my daughter Aoife and my son Finn, who, as you will see, are safely returned. They have brought the Veneti to us. They are waiting on the hill. I have told them we will march in our usual way, and we will sing our brave song, so they will know that we are coming. We have set out some seats for you on the hill, where you can sit, and we will listen to our friends, the Veneti, and I hope that when you have heard them, you will agree with me that we should trust them, that we should let them visit our home. Are you agreed to listen to our friends, the Veneti?
Yes. It is our custom to listen.
You can make your mind up afterwards as to what you think about them. Very well, then Maeve, let the procession begin.
We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. Strong and tough. We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. We are Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough. We are Jura trees. We are Jura trees. We are Celts. Strong and tough. We are the Jura trees. We are the Jura trees. We are the Celts. Strong and tough.
My friends, you have sung your song bravely, and you have reached the point where Finn and Aoife have agreed with the Veneti that we would talk, and they would tell you their full story. Come and sit on these benches.
Daniel! Roger! No, there's not room here. Sit on the back one.
In exchange for Maeve's best blue blanket. You'll remember the pot has some secret story on it, and we thought it has something to do with the Romans. Now we will find out. Finn, Aoife, you will come with me to beckon our friends that we are ready to hear them.
Is that wise, Manus?
We will only go up to there. Don't worry, Maeve. Do you give your permission for them to go with me?
Very well, but stand behind your father.
Would one of you like to keep this pot now? Hold it safely to show them that we have respected their gift. Come, children.
Gods be with you.
They're only going to hear. Raise your hands and beckon them towards us.
Blanket.
We are the Veneti.
We have travelled from across the seas.
We are weary.
We have suffered much.
We have come to bring you news. Please listen to our story.
Please listen to our story.
Please listen.
Please listen to our story. Please listen.
Once we were a proud tribe. We ruled the seas.
The goddess of
The wind
watched over us, blessed us.
watched over us.
The Romans!
Romans!
The goddess of the wind will watch over us.
Yes.
The goddess of the wind will watch over us.
The wind is dying.
The wind is dead.
The Romans!
Romans!
We are the Veneti, poor and homeless. Please help us.
Please help us. Please help us.
you the stone. You remember our sacred stone that is many thousands of years old, that belonged to Maeve's ancestors, great warriors in their time. Let us now speak with the strength of this stone. You have heard the story of the Veneti. You have heard how they have come to us cold and tired after meeting the Romans at sea in a battle. Oh, they had their own special way of telling us their story. I do not know if all of you have now decided that we should make friends with them and take them to our homes. But I, for one, think that we should.
Their story has moved me. But I'm still not sure. And as Manus had said, it is our custom as Juratrigs to discuss things. So turn to the person next door to you and decide whether you think we should make friends or not.
Said they will answer any questions as best they can, although they do not speak your language perfectly.
Yes or no?
The Veneti will answer your questions as best they can.
Got questions, don't worry. Only two. Only okay, go on.
Whatever their names, I can't remember.
Veneti.
Veneti. But I traded with them, and they did used to be the rulers of the sea. And the Romans, I have had reports of them around here, so I do think we should make friends with them.
I do think. Thank you very much. I have thought, as you have spoken so well, and you've obviously thought about it, that the best thing to do is if, as Manus says, they are willing, that these Veneti will answer your questions. Are you willing to...
We will talk to the Veneti whilst you spend some time talking to the friends next to you, planning the questions that you will put to the Veneti. If you did not understand all their story, you can ask them more about it. Try and get them to explain so we are quite sure we know the whole story and that they are not tricking us.
There's more of them. No, they said if they came from the sea, if there was two boats, all them people couldn't travel in two boats all alone, could they? No, I think maybe there was millions of them. Some got killed, but there's still some in the bottom of the boat. Yeah, hiding, rowing or something. Yeah, because it can't be.
You trust them, but I'm not so sure.
I just think that.
If you go to there, if you speak carefully, they will understand you.
You want to speak
You
to
two.
me?
Go there. You two. Come to here. You two to here. We move.
Are there any more of you?
Well, we're the only people who survived. Some of us were killed by the Romans.
Well, how come you brought two boats? Yeah.
Two boats? Well, we all came on one boat together, and perhaps there are some other people, but we don't know where they are. They may have gone somewhere else, or they may be following behind us. We don't know.
Because the gods are obviously not happy today, we are going to have to move into our house. So, with the Veneti, you know the way. Take them in your group to the house where we stop for our lunch.
Yeah, open the light.
Do you all live in lovely, great big houses? You do?
Oh, we only live in mud huts with straw ceilings. It's very cold in the winter.
We're used to this weather, but By the looks of it, you're not. But these garments, what are these?
These are coats to keep us dry.
Are they waterproof? We have nothing like that.
Some of them are leather like yes. That's what made out of wool.
Same as this, isn't it?
2, 1 and freeze.
Is that what you meant with your question? Or did you want to know what the word Veneti means in English? Can any of the Veneti tell us that? Of course, it may be a secret that they're not sure they can share with us all yet. I understood it was something to do with their boats and their living near the sea. But of course, we know that Duratriges, perhaps we should tell them that means dwellers by the sea, Duratriges. That's what our name means. So can any of the Veneti tell us that? Or perhaps we will have to wait and see.
We were understanding what your story was about, but I'd like to know more about you.
They want to know more about you. Very well. Would one of the Veneti, if you pass it to one of the two, and let's see what this one says.
We lived in a place called Brittany, off the coast of a country called France, far over the water. We were a strong tribe. We were the only tribe to stand against the Romans. They had conquered most of our country. But then at last, in an almighty battle, we were defeated and we fled.
Thank you. You see, a friend has answered that question very fully. Now that we understand how this questioning should go, Maeve will give out one special emblem of our tribe to each of the groups. There will be 4. Each of you can take it in turns to ask your question and then hand the special emblem to the 2 Veneti in your group for them to answer. Do you understand, everybody? Very well.
We had 20 boats, and
What did the Romans look
all the
like?
children. We only had 2 boats left.
The Romans, they wore very strange clothes. We don't fully understand why they wore them.
Because
For instance, they had like sandals that came up to here. We do not know why. Apparently, they come from very hot countries. Italy, yes? Yes, Italy. And they wear shorts that come up to here, and they have bare arms with leather here. And to be honest, we don't fully understand why they wear them, but that's what they wear. And their shields cover them from head to toe, so they're very hard to defeat in battle.
Yes, they wear very strong armour.
we have some children in our tribe, but they are back at the boats in Weymouth.
How many Roman boats attacked yours?
How many?
The goddess of the wind.
That must be what I saw that looked like a monster.
There were lots. The Romans had tried to attack us before, but we built mighty ships with sails, and the Romans only had small boats. And then Caesar, the Roman leader, ordered them to make smaller still boats that could move faster in the water. And we fought them and we were winning. But then the wind dropped and our ships stopped, and the Romans' boats had oars and they could attack us because they were faster.
Yes, we have
For the
one for
sun
sun
and for the wind, and for certain days as well, for celebrations. Yes, for thunder and everything. So we have many hundreds of gods. Just take the stone.
Did you move anywhere after you were attacked by the Romans?
Well, when we were attacked by the Romans, because we heard from other tribes that the Romans were coming, so we took to our boats, and we lived on our boats for a while, and when the Romans came we were winning, we were beating them, because our ships were big, and yes, and the goddess of the wind, she was looking after us, and she was blowing our boats in the right direction, and then the Romans killed our goddess, and that is why we lost. You see, because our goddess wasn't helping us anymore because she was dead. They killed her.
The Romans, they had
I mean, what I do is I take my top off and tie it around my waist. So as you're walking through various places, as you're walking past various places, you may find that you notice certain changes, certain things are different as you go around different areas. One of the things that you notice, or that I notice as I walk into a place like this, is the smell of the place. There's a different smell, doesn't it? No, it's not. It's quite beautiful. Okay? So just be aware of not just what things look like, but how they smell. Okay? As well. Look at the changes as we go around this way. Carving. Look at the house. All the lovely decorative things on the house. The way the plants have been carefully arranged, the way the grass has been cut to make a pattern. Okay? There are patterns around us, all around us, that have been made by people. Okay? People that we might call artists or architects or gardeners. But they're all involved in the same thing, arranging shapes, making patterns. Okay? So we see patterns just in the lawn, patterns in the arrangement of the trees, the way bits of carving have been placed at certain parts of the garden for you to look at. Okay, so if we go at a cracking pace, we might miss some of those things, might we? Has anyone seen any animals yet?
I've seen some birds.
Some birds, yeah. Anything else?
Rabbits.
Yeah.
Sheep.
Mhm. Have you ever seen any carved animals?
Yeah. The lion and the snake. Yes, I've
Right.
seen the lion and the snake. And the tortoises.
I'm glad you saw the tortoises. As we came around that sort of square bit in the beginning, there are some tortoises. That's right, and there are some over there. Okay, so there's a lot of things to be seen. Some of them are quite ordinary, perhaps. Like you might expect to see birds in a place like this, but you wouldn't necessarily expect to see a lion or tortoises, would you? And there are dolphins carved on those large sort of column heads there. See rabbits and squirrels and those things as well. But if we sort of really crash around, then they'll hide, won't they? They won't be seen at all.
Is it the one you can make drink out of? You can make drink out of. Is it elderflower? Yeah,
Could
like
be, couldn't it?
elderflower fritters. You can make drink with it.
It's like an elderflower, isn't it, there? Yes. Strange that it's actually growing sort of halfway up the tree, but below it, that bit looks like a face, and
That's its
the
hair.
part looks
Yeah,
like
that's
hair.
its hair. Yeah, we're making a drink from us. We're making
quite
an
nice, isn't it?
elderflower, yeah.
least of this big. Any ideas? It's like a fern, isn't it? All the way around, and in here it's sort of knobbly, isn't it? That's where he uses, instead of cutting across that way, he actually cuts into the stone and just cuts little dents in there. There's a special name, but I can't remember what it's called. And what about this surface here? The sundial. And what does the sundial do? Okay, how?
By the sun.
By the sun. So this part here casts a shadow, doesn't it? Okay, now along this path is where you're going to start looking and collecting, gathering things. Okay, what you're looking for are very small objects that have beautiful pattern or interesting pattern to look at. Okay, now you can, for instance, you might find a leaf or a plant along the edge of the path here. You can pick those carefully. Not rip them up from the roots, pick them carefully, okay, to keep them, to gather them, and they're going to be like treasures that you're collecting. And you've got to select them for perhaps their colour, or their pattern, or their shape, or just for the fact that you think they're really exciting to look at. What you can't do, what you mustn't do, is to take anything that's growing above the ground. So you don't take anything from a bush like this one or from the tree. So we don't take things off trees. So if you stand back, I'll open it. You have to stand back, otherwise you'll get a bent. At your own pace then.
Oh, I know what berries they are. This is our little bakery. I got nothing. This is the our bakery. Well done, Tom. Let that Tom. Let that
White seed, and these have no black seed, so it's probably something else. Did it come from a plant growing like that one?
These are sort of like nettles.
Now that's different. That's
What's it?
Like
Jewels in there, isn't it?
Again, it doesn't smell though.
Yeah, it's like chocolate.
Does it? That's chocolate on your fingers.
Okay, what's the nettles over there?
Yeah, it does smell of something. I can't put a name to that one then.
Okay, now what's that?
That's right, and so it's died a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They look like lots of little feathers, don't they? Within one leaf. Maybe. Shall we see if we can find some other ones like that? Where did you find it? On the ground? That one's a bit like it, isn't it? Not quite the same.
isn't it? Look, there's the seed inside.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot lighter, isn't it, in colour as well?
What is it?
Acorn.
No, not an acorn.
I need it.
Nor even a haycorn. Chestnut.
I found this on the floor. Oh, that's off of a dandelion.
Nope.
Alien thing.
Shall we have a look inside? Hold on to that.
Oh, I know where it's from.
Oh, you've just thrown. Pick it up.
Oops.
Okay, that's just. You just looked at the seed inside there. Now, if you open
I know
this
what
one,
that is.
go on, tell me.
That's off of
Tiny. Look in there.
Oh, where'd you find that?
Can you see how tiny they are inside?
Yeah, there's tons of them around. Where?
From a bluebell.
Exhausted this.
Mention, if you find any mushrooms, leave them be, okay? Don't pick those up. Okay, and the foxglove the same. You oughtn't to pick that, alright, at all, or mess about with it. Why?
Poison something. You can suck your finger.
And eventually your arm, and then the whole of you into a foxglove.
I got.
Okay, what I want you to do, we'll make a pattern of all the things that you've found, okay? What we'll do is we'll make a circle on this pathway here. The best way to do that is for you to stand in a circle, fairly close together, okay? Form yourself into a circle, and then put your objects down on the ground in front of you so that we can see what we've found, okay? One circle, you have to work together, not two circles, not three circles.
Jordan got lost.
Well, what happened to the
Did you
circle?
get lost? Yeah, Jordan got lost. Right, trying to find you? Yeah.
What everybody else has found is quite a variety of different types of object. We've got certainly a terrific range of shapes and patterns, different types of patterns, but also we've got this sort of amazing range of colours. And some of the colours are very bright. I mean, like I asked you back there, what colour are leaves? And your answer was?
Yellow,
green.
Red.
Right. I mean, if you ask anyone what colour a leaf is, they'll tell you they're green. Okay, and we've got lots of green leaves, but then we come to some quite startling colours, don't we? Like this sort of reddish brown.
I've got that colour.
And this one.
Green and yellow.
Look at that. Look how red that is.
I've got green and yellow. I've got green and purple.
And look at the yellow there.
I've got green. I've got red. I've got a colour of all.
Okay, some with sort of lots of different colours in as well. So when you actually start looking, you actually perhaps realise that to say that leaves are green is really not a very precise way of describing the colour of leaves, is it? Okay, when you actually start looking and collecting and finding these things, look at also the pattern on this leaf. Okay, it could almost be painted, couldn't it? It could be painted by someone. If ever you have to make patterns, some leaves are better than others. If you hold them up to the light, you can see right the way through. The light comes through because they are translucent. Right, because the light will pass through them and you can actually see the structure of the leaf. If you've got a leaf, hold it up to the light and have a look at it.
I've got millions.
Tell me, what does the pattern inside the leaf remind you of?
Veins.
Veins sort of carrying blood in your body, right? So they're like veins. Does it remind you of anything else? No? Any ideas? Hold your oak leaf up, that way, have a look at it. Can you see the shape inside? Does it look like anything?
It looks like a tree.
Doesn't it look like the tree? Okay. So it's almost as if the leaf is carrying a pattern of a tree inside it, isn't it? The way there's the trunk and then the branches coming out and then twigs coming off the branches. Here, snail shells. If you look inside the snail shell, it's best to do it when the snail's not there. Okay. See a beautiful shape inside, which is very like the shape on the outside of the snail shell. What do you call that? You're going to look for. has got to have a hole passing right the way through it. Right?
Just like this.
Yes, there's a nice one down here that somebody found. Lost it. There you are. With one hole in it like that. Right? And you found one that's perforated. Right? Well eaten, this one. Brilliant. But what I want you to really try and find, this is what you've got to sort of really look hard for, and we're going to go on a path that you've all been on before, I think. What you've really got to try and find is a stone with a hole in it. Okay, but we're going to walk our way down to the path, to the entrance of the path, just down there, looking for objects with holes through them that you can pass something through. Go through. Right, now you've got to treasure that, keep it, don't lose it. If you drop it down here, you'll have to search again. Okay, see if you can find another.
I know there's another one over there. What's this? It looks like that's the pattern as well. That's the pattern. Look, no. What?
They're just going to come round the outside.
We got white, loads of white.
Oh, well done.
We all picked those.
Oh, well done.
This is going with a skirt, isn't it? No, it's my jumper. Jumper carrier.
Do you want to put them down in here?
Oh look, we're on a tape, Alison. Be careful.
It's nice, almost orangey brown, isn't it?
This.
That's lovely.
This.
Yeah, that's right.
We need a line of white ones down here.
There is white.
It's there? Oh yeah, well, perhaps we need to make it stronger.
Yeah, we do.
It's not standing out enough yet, like this. Remember the ones we saw back up the track? Great.
It's nearly dark.
More white stones.
They're always boasting.
Now in the story that people have been telling me this week, I understand that the Veneti meet you here and you bring them into your homes. Is that right? You care for them and you look after them. Right? So in a way this wall that's been built here is like your village, and it's something that as the Veneti pass through it, they have a lot of luck. They're very lucky to meet you, aren't they? Because you look after them and care for them. So the wall actually works. The magic of the wall is there, and it works properly because you actually look after them. You don't say, "Go away, get out of here." You say, "Welcome, come in," and we'll look after you, don't you? And you care for them as they're running away from the Romans. But there's also, I have heard, another part to this story that's only just happened. It's only just sort of come about, and it's something that you have invented, something that you've made up, part of the story. Can you tell me, who would you like to sort of between you tell me that story? Can anyone start it off?
in a garden.
Tell you what, can you start it off in a voice that actually sort of is nice and loud? Because I'm going deaf.
Once in a garden, there was a statue with an eagle on top, a golden eagle on top.
Yes.
And one day, a witch, which was disguised, which was as a star, which was behind the moon, made the moon. It was the very first full moon, and the witch made the moon so hot that it melted the golden on the eagle, and the eagle came to life and flew down and killed all the Celts' enemies.
All right. How? Was there?
By taking off the roofs of their claws, with his claws, and then eating the people for his supper.
Right.
Dinner? Hello, sir.
Well, okay. For a... The healing stone.
Yeah.
Found by somebody's grandfather. Right. So there's a moon. You have to get into the right position to see it, but this is a sun. Now this was made, or certainly begun, by your other class yesterday, right, from your school. That's the sun, and across there is going to be a moon. Now the moon's not ready yet to go up, to be stood up like this sun, but they become like a gateway to this space here, this village. Pardon?
That over there.
Okay, and can you see the big ring, the big circle there? That's, if you like, that's where you Celts live, right? What I want you to do today, using the same materials as your other class made this with yesterday, is to make a fence of different shapes. There might be things to do with the tooth, the golden tooth or the golden claw, or moons, or the star to represent the goddess of the stars, right? So we might be making star shapes, we might be making circles or concentric rings, like we've just been making with the stones, or you might be making spiral patterns.
Put this away.
Right.
I need one of them.
Right, okay.
There's only one.
Oh, scraping, right, okay. How long does it need to be?
Not with those.
I know.
How long is it? You want it
To
there?
make a long weapon holder. No, let's
Same
make
length as that
the
one.
bow.
Hold on. What we'll do is, just make a mark on there.
That's really nice. You've got a great big strip off. Really big. Look at the way all these sticks are laid out just on the grass here, just always throwing them down. Get all sorts of nice shapes. Almost like a star shape.
Yes, it is. It's a nice bit, isn't it? Okay, if I start it off, get rid of some of the knotty bits, then you should be able to peel the rest off. So once you get it started, yeah, a pattern.
A pattern?
Yeah, a shape.
A pattern? Could it be woven?
It can be woven, yes.
Can we use these, please?
What do you want it for?
Cut a bit off of our one that's sticking out.
What, some of the bark?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go very carefully. Just gently. Nice long bit.
Want some nice thin, long sticks.
I'll put one. I'll make a fire. I'm making a fire. You could make it this. You couldn't. You have to make it rot until it's dry. It is dry. I knew I'd just do this.
Just get on and do what you're doing.
Could you start? Hello, Mummy.
If you try and do it sideways.
Did you know any of the little classes' names? No.
Hey?
Did you know any of the little classes' names?
What, yesterday?
Yeah. We're going to be on TV.
Well, there's so
and I was
many of
hoping
them.
to be on
It's
TV.
difficult to remember all
Sarah,
their names,
Sarah
really.
Ricketts.
No, I can't remember.
Josie.
Because we've had different children here every day, lots of children, so it's difficult to remember all their
Holly.
names.
Has each set got a partner? Oh, we're being video, don't look. This piece is...
Pull it tight.
Mom, this piece is interesting. We need it. Right, we need this. Excellent thing. This. Mom, do we need this thing? Yeah. Right. No, what's dead leaves on? No.
Okay, right.
That piece back.
Right.
Pass to me. And I'll wait down. I lift that up by one leg.
A couple more here. Perhaps that'll be enough then.
That's 2 more. You have to get.
And just drag them
There's
behind
another
you.
one. Stacking into there.
I think we could do with a few more though. Okay.
Anybody who else wants to take them.
Oh, there's all the tools.
You've been too naughty. Right.
Bow and arrow. Thank you. What you doing? Quoting everybody? Yeah. Looking at yet? Got it. Look at the spider's web. Oh, yes. Ooh!
funny about it. Put your finger on it, not on my head.
That's fantastic. Look, we can tie you up with that.